What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Steph, growing in Zone 6B. If you are here for the first time, welcome for the first time. So it is beginning of April and it is time to pot up my tomato plants and it's time to start some more seeds. I'm a little behind in doing that. I won't lie to you. But you know, nevertheless, I'll show you guys what I do. And you know, that works really, really well for me. And, you know, let's just waste no time. Let's get into it. So these are my tomato plants. I went ahead and used this strawberry planter to, you know, get them started or whatnot. But it's kind of time to separate them. I have in this tray, I have Romas and I have beefsteaks and I think that's it. I don't think I put any. Oh, and I have a couple of heirloom varieties. Just for the record, guys, if I pull this tray, plus let me move this. If you notice, if you haven't noticed, you can kind of tell the difference between your heirlooms and your non-heirlooms because the leaves look a little bit different. So let me show you one that I did. Now I don't know if this holds true for all tomatoes. But if you look at this tomato plant, it's got a hole in it. Don't worry about that. You see how these leaves are a little bit smoother here. Even the ones in the middle are a little bit smoother. And then let's compare it to my beefsteak tomato here. Now, look at the difference in the characteristics of the leaves. These ones, I was looking at the bottom. These ones are like your normal tomato leaf. They have variegation in the leaves. And so that's how I can tell the difference between those and this wider leaf heirloom. Now, these are the pots that I pot up in. And I like these pot. I like this size pot because you can put this tomato plant in here like this until it is ready to go. Now, if you don't know about tomatoes, tomato seedlings come with tiny little hairs on them all along the stem. So I'm going to take one of these tomato plants out. Actually, I guess I'm going to take two of these tomato plants out. And I'm going to show you up close what this looks like. So you see all of those little hairs? Those will all form roots. So what I normally do is I normally pinch the first set of leaves off. I like to do that because I don't want it sucking in any nutrient. I don't want it to suck in any nutrients from those leaves. And I will fill my container. Just put some soil on the bottom. And then I'll go ahead and bury this all the way down like this, as deep as I possibly can. You can bury this stem all the way up here to the neck and it will make for a stronger plant because what you will get is roots coming all the way out the stems where those little hairs are, and then the tomato plant will be stronger for it. Now, another thing that I do, let me move that out the way so I can go ahead and put some soil in here. Now, tomato plants are pretty resilient. You don't have to be picky with them. You just stuff them in there. I try to put mine in the middle just because I'm picky. You don't even have to do that. Just, you know, bury it up as far as deep as you can go to the neck or to what your container will allow. And then that's what it looks like. Just like that. Whoops. Spilled some out. That's what it looks like. So, let me show y'all my Amazon find. So, I found these trays on Amazon. It was a whole kit. It comes with, this is how it looks when it fits in there. And it comes with, let me show y'all, these trays right here. I absolutely love this tray. It is thick. I'm probably going to order some more of these. And it really came with these little pots here, and which would be cool for probably peppers. But for tomatoes, that's too small. So you could sit them in here. You could sit a small pot like that. Or I had these big pots from when I buy vegetables from my local Mark store. If you guys have Marks, you are fortunate. This is what the starts come in, and this is a perfect size for tomatoes, for peppers, for other vegetables, and that usually gets me through until the frost subsides. So this tray fits 16 of these size cups, and I have a lot of tomato seedlings this year, and so I'm just gonna fill it and start it and forget it. Now, another thing that I do is I make sure that, it's the wrong size cup. I make sure that I fertilize. Let me move this out the way so y'all can see. I make sure that I fertilize my seedlings if they need it. My seed starting mix doesn't have any fertilizer in it. I normally add just a pinch of magnesium if they need it, and that works really well for me. You don't have to add magnesium if you don't need it. But I typically do anyway, or add some Epsom salt. In other words, I add some Epsom salt. So, I'm just going to put that in there like that. Bury it up to the stem. And I'm going to let my little seedling do its thing. Now, these aren't all the tomatoes that I'm going to start, and I may sell some of these. I have to start cherry tomatoes, and I forgot I had some Aunt Ruby's German green tomatoes that I wanted to start as well. These tomato seedlings, another thing I want to show you is the bottom of these tomato leaves. So, to go back to the magnesium, why do I add it? Because the first year I started tomatoes, I noticed I was fertilizing, I was taking care of my seedlings, I was doing everything right, but the tomatoes, seedlings, they failed to wick up the nutrients that I was giving it. So what I discovered is, from reading online and researching, is that Epsom salt helps with any kind of magnesium deficiency, to help the plant to take in the nutrients. I have great success with tomatoes every year. If you watch one of my last videos, like I said, I have to get a lot of volunteers in my yard. But outside of the volunteers, I always start different varieties of tomatoes every year just so that I can see what they taste like. And to be honest, y'all, I didn't even think it would make a difference from like one tomato to the other. People talking about this tomato tastes so good, it tastes different from the other one. I'm thinking like, it ain't gonna taste different. But it absolutely positively did. So I stand corrected. I stood corrected on that, because these tomato plants, they absolutely, the variety absolutely does matter, and it tastes different. Now, another thing that, if you don't know, is you want to check for some purpling on the bottom of your leaves. So I'll go ahead and flip that leaf over. I don't know if you can see that purpling or not, but it's just ever so slight. So I normally give my plants fish emulsion. Matter of fact, let me pull this one because this one is a little bit more pronounced and you might be able to see it a bit better. Let me put some soil in here because I don't want to put my tomato plant in here without any soil on the bottom. So this leaf, if you can see it, you see that purpling on the bottom. So for me, that normally indicates that I have a nitrogen deficiency. I will add in for nitrogen. So for nitrogen deficiency, I'll typically add some 511. I use 511 in the house, out of house. My seed starting station is in the basement. It only stinks for a few minutes. And, you know, I don't have a problem with it. Some people do have a problem with it, and that's okay. Maybe look for something that doesn't smell so bad. But for me, like, I don't mind it. It's okay. So, you know, I'm going to also give these a drink of water-soluble fish emulsion when I water them in. And then we're going to be good to go. So, I have a lot of tomato plants. That's 16. This one is 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. The last time I counted, I had like 30. And I still got to start my Aunt Ruby's German green and my orange cherry tomatoes. And I think I have a zebra stripe tomato seedling I'm going to start as well. So I'll probably definitely give some tomato plants away, have some kind of sale, something. I got to do something, y'all. Well, that's it, y'all. You know, it's cold outside. And so since it's cold outside, I'm back in the house working. I'll get these seedlings planted up. And then I will move on to the next thing, which is starting my April crops to plant out in May. All right, y'all. That's going to do it. Y'all take care. And I will see you guys on the next video. Bye for now.